everyone, and welcome to Ivan Reads. I'm at my desk again because I don't want to set things up and I'm lazy. I also have something else exciting. So this is Jessica. Jess, why don't you tell them a little bit about your reading, like history, what kind of books you like?
I love dystopian. It's probably my favorite. She knows that. I've known Ivy for several years.
Like seven.
And I started reading when I was really little because I was always in trouble.
She was that kid who got sent to her room, but they never took the books away because they didn't think they were fun.
Yeah, they were very smart about it.
Which is weird because I got grounded from books as a kid. They would take my books away.
That happened once.
This is one of my best friends and roommates. You guys have heard of her before. She's the one who recommended the Hunger Games series to me. And so I was asked to do a recommendations video by Jess over on Goodreads. Not this Jess, different Jess. I'll link her stuff below. Here is that video refilmed because I think I told you guys in my last video that the audio was off. We have a microphone now, so hopefully that will help. Anywho, this isn't going to be super organized. We just picked 5 books each that we think you guys should check out because we think they're worth checking out. The first book that I think all of you should read is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I just have the desk jacket. My mom was reading it. She just finished it. She really enjoyed it. It's fantastic. It's a new release. Came out in January, I believe. Yes. No, maybe. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, I love Holly Black's writing. It's just really easy to get into. It's all about this town, and in the center of the forest of this town is a fairy boy asleep in a glass coffin, and this town knows about fairies. The world in it knows about them, so it's kind of like they don't really, they're kind of jerks. Fairies in real life were jerks. So Hazel and her brother have kind of taken it on as their personal mission to protect everyone and kill the monster at the heart of the forest, the darkest part of the forest. So it's just that, and it's a standalone, which I really enjoyed.
My first book is 13 Reasons Why. By
J. Asher.
By J. Asher. I started reading it because my roommates had it, and then Ivy bought it, and I got really excited because I get to finish it now.
I read this book last year in January, February, and it's absolutely amazing.
I love the book. I was halfway through it when I had to quit, but...
And one really cool thing about this book is it's a contemporary, but it's a more serious contemporary, and I really like, so in the book, our main character has someone kind of relatively close to him kill themselves at the beginning of the book, but she left behind cassette tapes with her reasons why, and it gets passed down the list of people she blames for her suicide. They don't know why they're on the tapes, but he is apparently one of the reasons, and it just shows how kind of like smaller things that you don't think affect people really do affect them really heavily, and I love the way that it approached that. So the next book I want to recommend is actually a trilogy, and a lot of people talk about Mortal Instruments, but I think The Infernal Devices is so much better. I love Mortal Instruments, don't get me wrong, but I just reread Clockwork Prince the past couple of days. This is the first one, Clockwork Angel. They're so entertaining. They're such a great read. The world is amazing. I think Cassandra Clare writes it so beautifully, and I think she writes these characters so much better than the Mortal Instruments ones, and it's just a stronger series overall. I really like that it's back in the 1800s in London, and I really dig historical fiction, so I'm digging that. It's great, you guys should check it out.
This book, I don't actually have the first book with me, but I have the third book in the series. It's the Match series. This is Reach. It's my favorite series. I love it. It follows. My favorite character is probably Kai, who is the rebel, and then it talks about this girl who is falling in love with Kai, but her best friend is also in love with her, and it's just a great dystopian, and I love it.
It's really nice to hear nice things about that series too, because here on BookTube, a lot of people say
in the second book it was hurried a little bit, I won't lie, but I love this series overall.
So it's definitely worth reading, which is another fair point. Even if people don't like a book, you should still give it your own shot, because I mean there are books people are like, that's terrible, and I'm like, I love it.
Never judge a book by its cover.
Or reviews. Well, unless it's Thurston is the worst book I've ever written, then just trust me, don't. The next book I have for you guys today is The Young Elites by Marie Lu. This is another newer release. It came out last year. I read it right after it came out. It's absolutely brilliant, guys. It's such a great fantasy. The world inside of it is amazing. The characters are really fun. You get multiple perspectives, but they're all written really, really well, and you can tell the differences. Like, the side characters are brilliant, and y'all know I love a book with good side characters in it. I absolutely freaking adore this book. It's so good. I can't wait for the next one in the series.
The Lunar Chronicle series. Cinder. I love it. She recommended it, and I absolutely adored it.
I told her she would love it.
I won't lie, the first few days I was like, man, this is
Guys,
so
it took her like a month to
slow.
read that book.
And then once I started reading it, really reading it, it took me a couple days. And it got so much more better. It's just, I want to read Scarlet so bad right now.
It's right there, dude. Borrow it.
I'm going to. Such a good series. Really is.
Alright, the next book that I want to recommend to you guys today is The Deaf by Cody Keplinger? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, guys, I read this because the movie came out yesterday, and I really, really wanted to see the movie. But this book, all of the stars, just all of it, all 5. I absolutely freaking adored this book. Bianca is like Sass Queen and just my hero. I love her. New Spirit Guide. I love this book for several reasons. I like this book because even though it was like really snarky and funny and hilarious, and the main character is a bit of a mess, and all the characters are a bit of a mess, like there was no like shining example of a character, but I really loved that all of them had like their problems and their own issues. But I really love this because even though it was snarky, it had a really great and a really important message. It talks a lot about self-esteem, and she goes through so much character growth throughout this novel, and I just absolutely freaking adored it. It was hilarious. It was everything. It is my new favorite contemporary book. I love it. I love it so much. Reads the book. Read it.
James Patterson, Witch and Wizard. One of my favorite series. I love the whole flow and all of the characters and the growth.
He's such a good writer, too.
He really is. The second book, little hurried, not bad. I can't wait to read the rest of the books because there are now 2 that I have not read, and it's driving me crazy. But I would definitely recommend this.
I don't know how long my Kindle battery is gonna last, but the last book I have to recommend to you guys today is Fire in the Woods by Jennifer M. Eaton. Guys, this book is so good. I read it because Benjamin of Tones, I'll link his channel below. I'm in his book club. And we read this book a couple months ago, and guys, it was absolutely brilliant. The main character, Jess, whose dad is in the military and is like pretty high up in the military, and so she lives on base, but while she was on base, something crashes. And she is so avidly passionate about being a photojournalist that she goes to get photos of it, and when she does, she meets this mysterious boy named David, who is literally the boy she has dreamed of her entire life. Like, that boy she pictured in her head is David, and so you follow that. It's about aliens and just a race against time, and there's a little dash of romance in there that's not super sickening. There's like, it's so action-packed, and there's so much to it, and I just really love the characters, and I ship it so hard, like Jessica and David for life, and oh guys, I cannot say enough good things about Fire in the Woods. I absolutely adore it. Jennifer M. Eaton as an author is such a sweet lady. Like, she's so nice. She tweets at me on occasion, Instagram, like, chatted before. She's just a really great author, really great person, and I really love Fire in the Woods, so all of you should go check it out. I really, really desperately need to get a physical copy of this book. Like, I only have my e-copy, and I love it so much that I want to buy another version so I can hold it in my little hands because it's just so beautiful. And guys, the cover is gorgeous too. You can't see it as well in the black and white, but it's really pretty.
My last book, the Iron Fae series. I loved this book.
It's by Julie Kagawa.
It is. Not very many people know her, I don't feel like.
Oh no, we do.
Do you? Well, I don't, when I recommend it, people are like, who's that? And I'm like,
we're booktubers, we know.
Booktubers with that. I should give you more credit. But I love this book. The main character is amazing. The character growth is amazing. I ship.
Pan is my favorite.
Yeah, she ships them so hard.
Oh my god, it hurts a little.
But I'm so for the
We have different ships.
We do.
It's a conflict of friendship. We've questioned whether or not this is gonna work over it, but
we've never had this problem before.
It's not my fault she's wrong. But
I want everybody to let me know who they ship, because this should be a competition. I want everybody to
It is really good
know.
though. That book is absolutely brilliant. It deals with obviously fairies because it's the Iron Fae series. So it follows our main character, Megan Chase. We start out with her. She's just kind of like a really neglected teen. Her mom doesn't really care. Her stepdad doesn't really care. She has a little brother who she adores though, and her little brother gets replaced by a changeling, and so she has to go to Fairy World, Fairyland, whatever it's called. It's Fairyland, I think. Anyway, so she has to go to this alternate world to save her little brother and bring him home, and she learns that she might belong there more than she thinks she does. Anyway, those are all the books that we have to recommend to you guys today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it and subscribe so we can do this more often. Let me know if you've read any of these books, what you think of them, who you ship, because y'all should be on my side. Megan and Pan for life. Anyway, let me know who you ship, and then tell me what books you think that I should read and anyone else read in the comments should read. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all soon, and until next time, have a great life and goodbye!